We hear in the gospel Jesus speaking about that which makes for peace. And though sometimes the Lord is letting us know that there can be a way to hold back tribulations, the very interesting thing is this, that difficulties, trials, tribulations come upon everybody. When Jesus is talking about those who build the foundation of their houses, he mentions that there are some who build the foundation on sand and others who build the foundation on stone. And when he says that, he says that in both instances, the flood comes and one stands firm, the one built on stone, and the other is washed away, the one built on sand. Notice, however, he doesn't say that the one built on stone never experiences the flood. For us Christians and Catholics, sometimes we think that if God is going to give us peace, it means we have zero problems. Let's face it, that's the peace of the graveyard. Sometimes when we're looking for the absence of conflict, what we're really looking for is to annihilate everybody else so that they don't bother us. And with that desire in our hearts, sometimes we'll even use, whether it's politics or even religion, to mask our violence. And yet, we see that when it comes to these particular fruits of the Spirit, peace being primarily one of them, patience being another, they don't indicate the absence of difficulty. Peace is the ability to stay rooted and calm in the midst of trial. We see Jesus in the boat on the Sea of Galilee. It's getting tossed and turned, and the disciples are all sorts of going nuts. And Jesus is asleep, at rest. It doesn't mean that Jesus wasn't in the same difficulty. It just meant that he had peace in the midst of the storm. Likewise for us Christians, patience is not the absence of anger. Patience is the ability to suffer one's anger so as not to sin. The whole word patience means to suffer. That's what the root of the word. And yet so many times we think that, I felt aggravation, therefore I lost my patience. This is not true. I remind people who are getting ready for marriage, and I tell them, for us Christians and Catholics, it's not whether we fight that matters, it's how we fight. The difference for us is not the absence of conflict, but rather that we take on conflict with patience and love and the attempt to communicate both oneself and to hear the other and to work together to move forward together. So, brothers and sisters, when the Lord is talking to us about what makes for peace, though it's true that sometimes tribulations may come because we haven't sought the Lord's visitation, we want to make sure that we understand that this doesn't mean that if we have God, that we won't face any trials. Jesus did say to us, if you wish to be my disciple, you must deny yourself, pick up your cross, and follow me. And Jesus himself said, I did not come to bring peace, but division. He didn't come to bring political peace. He didn't come to bring the peace of the graveyard. He came to bring true spiritual peace to us, which sometimes takes some effort, sometimes means that there's conflict, So we ask the Lord today to help us to know that peace means being rooted in Him and recognizing His presence with us, so that recognizing His visitation, we know that we can do all things through Him who strengthens us, including facing challenges and difficulties, facing trials and tribulations, facing different things with courage in the face of fear, with patience in the face of anger, and with peace in the middle of the storm.